In the wake of recent deadly protests in Kenya, the nation grapples with grief and anger. As families bury their loved ones, others still face the grim task of retrieving bodies from mortuaries. The protests, which saw 41 young Kenyans lose their lives after a stark exercise of their constitutional right to assemble and express dissent. However, the day was marked by alleged police brutality, raising concerns about accountability and justice. Despite government promises of support for bereaved and injured, the lingering questions remains. Will true justice be served if the perpetrators of these brutal acts are not held accountable? Susan Nganga with the full report.
As some mourn and bury their loved ones, others continue to retrieve bodies from mortuaries. In the aftermath of the deadly Tuesday's protest that claimed the lives of 41 young Kenyans, these individuals had exercised their constitutional right, but were met with alleged police brutality, forcing parents to bury their children prematurely.
Kijana yangu first born, imagine. Nimesoma mpaka form 4. Mama yake amegangana, amestruggle. Sasa nimepata kazi ndio hii maandamano akakufa. Mambo mnishughulikie mambo ya matanga na nini.
Kila siku ananiambia kuz, siku moja nitaomoka, utakuwa unanitafuta. Rex alikuwa mpoa. I don't think tushaigombana na Rex. Hatujaigombana, maybe ni juu nilikuwa mdogo. But tukienda tao, tukienda places zote, alikuwa kama big bro yangu. Hiyo time, juu sijaikuwa na big brother. Rex alikuwa na mastori mingi.
Lakini mtoto wetu tumempoteza kwa njia ambayo inaumiza. Mtoto wetu hakukuwa kwa maandamano. Alikuwa ameenda kuchukua mzigo ya chakula. Hata hiyo chakula bado iko North Rift. Hatujaenda kuichukua. Sasa tutachukua tupeleke wapi?
The government has pledged support for those who have lost their lives and for those injured during the protest.
The government of Kenya will support all those who've lost their lives and those who've been injured.
However, questions remain to whether this support will be meaningful without holding the perpetrators accountable for their actions.
Sisi kama familia hatuwezi kata kauli tuseme alifanywa hivi. Labda tunaomba tu serikali ni haki tu tujue nini ilifanyika na kulikuaje. Hiyo ndio futi ya familia.
In Kenya, police abuse of power is not uncommon. Historically, police officers have enjoyed a degree of impunity, engaging in bribery, imprisonment, and even extrajudicial killings with little fear of repercussions. In 2019, then Interior Minister Fred Matiang'i acknowledged instances of police brutality and vowed to end such impunity, asserting that no officer was above the law and that actions will be taken against offending officers. 3 years down the line, in 2023, during the Maandamano protest, the country witnessed excessive force and brutality by the police, resulting in the deaths of protesters and bystanders alike. In 2024, similar incidents have occurred, with no action taken against those responsible. President William Ruto made history by deploying the Kenya Defence Forces to address what he termed criminals, marking the first time a Kenyan president has used the defense forces against unarmed demonstrators. Human rights activists have accused the police of using excessive force, during the anti-government protest.
When demonstrations are recorded or people disengage from the streets and go maybe into other spaces like dialogues and whatever, the question of accountability is never resolved. You remember from even 2007, 2015 demonstration, 2017, 2018, last year between March and July, a lot of atrocities were committed. So basically, what we have been doing, and you'll find that in the statement we issued last week, we are going to pursue command responsibility for those who have been issuing these unconstitutional orders to their officers, and we are also going to be pursuing individual accountability for the police officers who also accept to implement these criminal directives.
There is a growing call for the Directorate of Criminal Investigation to investigate and arrest the officers responsible for the fatalities. Kenyans are yet to see if this call for justice will be listened to. Susan Nganga, GBS.